Welcome to Rick's Corner. My guest today is Tania Hoyt Jensen, and she's going to talk about fitness for women over 40, among other things in a book she has. But now this. Reinvent yourself. You've got to eat right, and you've got to train hard, and make every rep count. But the guys I see training properly are the ones that are making the gains. You know, those that listen got something out of it. Nothing's wrong if it works for you. If you can do that, you can do anything. So everything moves forward, and that's just life. You have to accept it, or you stay home. And when you do one thing, something else comes out of that. If you want something bad enough, you can do it. But you have to be so passionate that nothing stands in your way. It's not going to come knock on your door. You have to chase it. You have to go around the roadblocks any way you can to find your goal and pursue your passion, and you'll finally get what you want. Chase your passion, and the money will come. If you chase the dollar, you'll never have it. If you chase your passions, you got a good chance of making money. Money comes with passion, and each day counts, and I took the right path in life. I took the path that worked for me. Okay, we're back on Rick's Corner with Tania Hoyt Jensen. Now, Tania and I go back a long way. I've known her a long time through other means, which I'm not going to bring up. But it doesn't matter because she's here today. And she's been involved in fitness her entire life. And my God, I mean, she's a fit woman. She's 91 years old. 91, I know. I look amazing for 91. Yeah, you do. And I just thought it'd be nice to talk to her about what she does, because today, not only with what she's doing with Pilates and aerobics and all the other things she does, women today are lost after 40, 45 years old about how to get in shape. I mean, I have them contact me all the time, and I tell them things to do, but I think she's a better person to talk about it. And so we're gonna get. Female. Yeah, she's a female. She knows with a little body fat, and she's over 40, even though she looks like she's 28. Seriously, people are gonna think we're the same age,
right?
Yeah. All right, so you guys started because your parents got you into this? What? Tell me how it began.
Okay, it began, yes, with my parents. My parents always instilled fitness with us. My parents were always into fitness in some way, whether it be in the gym or whether it would be family fitness. We went on family bike rides a lot in the 70s. Mm-hmm. We did a lot of things as a family, actually.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But yes, they definitely instilled a lot of fitness outdoors, and again, the gym. They joined a gym. We always did everything as a family. We joined the gym as a family. We joined the tanning salon as a family. Mm-hmm. But it was always been a part of my life since my youth, definitely.
And you got to dance at 5?
5 years old. My mommy signed me up for dance class.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was in Los Angeles, and then we moved shortly thereafter to Simi Valley.
Right.
And yes, continued dancing.
You lived in Simi Valley from what year?
1975.
Oh.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there anything there?
No, a lot of orange groves.
Yeah, it was pretty vacant, right?
Yes, it was lovely then. It was lovely.
Were you in shape at that time at 6 years old?
Absolutely, of course I was.
but you said right here, I gained 20 pounds in my 30s with my new boyfriend.
Yes, I did.
Would you guys go on eating binges?
Absolutely.
Isn't that normal?
Yeah. Well, you remember that guy.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we won't mention
that. Oh my God,
either.
yes, I do remember
yes.
that.
Okay, so yes, I would eat. I wasn't working in the office anymore. I chose to not work in the office anymore, and I was still teaching 16 dance classes a week, but during the day I was home a lot, so I cooked a lot, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We ate a lot. Full meals.
That's hard.
Yeah, and yes, I gained 20 pounds, and sort of freaked me out.
You know, it's funny because in bodybuilding, with the guys, they always want to eat like 5 or 6 meals a day of a lot of food. But, you know, you got to pick and choose your food, so it's not all carbs and sugar and this and that. It's mostly protein. Even though you eat too much protein, can be fattening as well.
Yes.
You got to cut it.
Moderation.
And you know how you really tell? I mean, because everybody's body's different, everybody reacts different. You go by the mirror and you go by the closet and what fits. The scale is a gauge. It tells you from day to day if you're holding water or losing. I lost 11 pounds last week, but it was water. That's not a big deal. You know, I look in the mirror, look the same, and there was puddles all over the floor.
Wow.
But I mean, basically, you can judge how your body is by looking in the mirror. And then if the clothes fit, or the pants are tight, whatever, then you know you're out of shape.
Yes.
Or something's changing. So you adjust your diet to that, and that's how it works. Now, you said Pilates. You got certified in Pilates.
Yes, I did.
Explain Pilates.
All right. Pilates is very challenging to explain because most people think it's like yoga, which it's not. It's very different from yoga. Pilates is more for strength. It's actually started out for military men. Joseph Pilates is the creator of Pilates, and he designed it for the military. It was a very strengthening, abrupt kind of a workout. And then he moved to New York City and had a building in the same building, actually an office in the same building as New York City Ballet. and that's kind of how it softened up a little bit. But that's what made me interested in it, is because the dance side of it.
You give me some videos. Are one of those Pilates?
Yes.
Oh, so I can run this underneath that?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do that. Then we'll get a better idea what it is.
Yeah, with the ball and the...
So there actually is movement.
Yes.
It's not just like an isometric type of movement.
No, that's like yoga's the isometric, and Pilates is repetitions, and it's strength repetitions.
Okay.
There's a lot of plank positions,
Right.
a lot of abdominal, that's my favorite. There's a lot of more feminine workouts too, if you'd like.
Which I care
Depends on
for.
who's teaching it, of course. But for sculpting the legs, the ladies like the legs. We want to work on sculpting the legs and not bulking the legs. So Pilates is great for that, because it strengthens you without I guess bulking you up. Some women worry about the bulking up. We all need strength training, however, and that's a good way to start.
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute, because bulking up, I mean, this is how this conversation goes.
Yes.
Bulking up, because a lot of people, women especially, I want to work with the weights, but I don't want to get big.
Yes, that's
you know how hard it is to get big?
It's very hard.
You just don't pick up the weights and get huge. You've got to eat large amounts of calories and proteins, and it's like the guys do to get big. But your body has a skeletal structure, then it has a muscle structure, then it has skin, which is the largest organ in the body that covers your muscle. And you better take care of your skin, because that's what's going to show first.
Exactly.
But if your muscles are in tone and they're shapely, that's what gives your body the nice curves. It doesn't have to get big.
Yes.
You can watch that. Now, some women have a tendency to have bigger legs because genetically that's how it is. Women get weight in here, men get weight in here.
Yes.
And in working your stomach, another fallacy. I've got to work my abs every day, 500 reps to get my abs down. They're not going to come down, because the abs are a muscle. Yes. And they grow and they protrude. As you get working bigger, you get bigger and bigger. So you work them harder and harder, and they get bigger and bigger, and you work them harder and harder, and get bigger and bigger. So it's not working for me. I'm getting big because you're working too much.
Exactly.
Now,
overuse.
we talked about yoga. Yoga is a lot like isometrics, taking something and holding it.
Yes.
Bodybuilding posing is isometric. When people train for a bodybuilding show and they do the weights, they spend a half hour posing for the show every day. The posing and holding the positions and flexing and isometric is what brings out all the natural cuts of the muscle and the striations.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I didn't, but thank you.
But that's how it works.
Wow, okay.
That's why yoga works for that.
All right.
And that's why posing works for that. Now, when you put in Pilates and you have movement and you're getting motion, then you need to have that action of motion for joints and tendons and ligaments and all that work together.
And for balance as well. I teach a lot for balance. Because as we get older, we lose our balance.
Tell me about it.
And I'm not falling down the stairs and breaking my hip.
No. I tripped over a shadow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't there the day before, but I tripped over that sucker. So, so stretching.
Yes.
Very important.
Very, very, very important. Most people don't stretch.
No.
Every class I teach, I always start with a little stretch and I end with a little stretch. Yes, nobody stretches. Everyone builds, and then we wonder why it hurts, or we wonder why we strain, because we haven't stretched and lengthened that muscle out.
Exactly.
So again, it's just too tense, and then it's going to snap. So we need to give some more elasticity to those muscles for healing.
Stretching, you've got to take it slow, because I know that with a lot of the guys that don't stretch and they grab a dumbbell and they'll drop it down real quick and they'll snap a tendon.
Yeah, that's not good.
But it happens because they haven't stretched that out. You know, it's not used to being that. So it's like taking, you can take like remember silly putty?
Yes.
Oh, you take it and you pull it so far, and once you pull it hard like this, it just snaps in half.
That's it, yeah.
Same thing with the tendon if you don't stretch it and keep it supple.
And that's the problem, is that's why people hurt themselves. They don't warm up first. You must warm up.
Exactly.
Stretching or some kind of a warm up to let your muscles know what's coming.
Well, when I get out of bed in the morning, I get one body part, my feet, I say, okay, everybody up at once. Hopefully they all will.
See, I have to stretch before I get out of bed, just to kind of get everything moving again.
You have to understand,
I don't stretch my back.
When I wake up in the morning, I've got a dog, Bogey, here.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a dog, Ozzy, over here, and I've got a cat all looking at me like we want to eat.
Right, get your butt up.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So they have to help me up.
Okay.
All right, cardio. Now, cardio has a couple of misconceptions in my mind, and I think I'm right.
Okay.
You need cardio for your heart and your vascularity and your blood flow to keep everything moving and make sure that your operating system is operating properly.
Agreed.
Cardio is good for that. Cardio is good, not necessarily for burning fat though, because if you do too much cardio, you burn muscle.
Yes.
You eat into the muscle. And here's another thing that people do. They go overboard. They'll spend 2 hours on the treadmill and say, I'm just not losing any fat at all.
And they wonder why.
Because the muscle's getting smaller and it's being covered by more fat. So it's a vicious cycle. They do more, and they're getting smaller muscle and more fat. And not more fat, but it covers it up. So I always felt like cardio 3 times a week for 20 minutes is fine for me.
It's perfect. Honestly, that's enough. And,
Yeah.
But you have to also have your weights. You need balance. You can't just do one of everything.
I'm getting there now.
Okay, good.
See, I'm on that.
Wow.
Now, the weights are part of your workout. So you're going to do a weight. You can do your... I'd rather do my cardio after because I like to jump into the weights because that's what I enjoy most.
Yeah.
You know, you do your weight workout, then you can put your cardio in after. Sometimes you do your cardio first, you're weak when you go to the weights.
Yeah.
It takes your
that
strength
makes
away.
sense.
But you got to have both because you have to build this. You have to tear down the cells of the muscle, let them build, and then you have to do the cardio to help burn a little bit extra calories, not fat, but calories.
Yes.
And so, I'd spend 20 minutes on the bike and I'm watching those calories go, and I looked down there, it was 41 calories. That was one stinking cookie.
I know, it's very frustrating, right?
One
not kidding.
cookie.
Yeah, very frustrating.
It is frustrating because you wonder, why am I doing this? But I knew that after the fact that it was good for my heart and my
Yes.
circulation. So
And it keeps you continue burning calories after you get off.
it does, yeah. If you watch your diet with it, you're going to burn fat. I mean,
Yes.
fat's going to come off. There's no question about it. But it's not just the cardio that does it. Okay, fitness is the fountain of youth.
Yes.
I have no doubt of that.
I totally believe
no doubt about that. We were talking about Jack LaLanne died at 96. This man was amazing. He got a DUI at 92.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Go
He
to
did.
town.
He did. He just wanted to have fun.
Well, you know what? He's going out anyways. What the hell?
Exactly. The guy could do anything. And when Arnold was 21, he put him down in a strength contest. I mean, but look around at your friends. I mean, look at my friends that my age, even younger, 10 years younger than me, that don't go to the gym.
Scary.
They're like death. You know, they got one foot in the grave, just haven't been buried yet.
Yeah. I agree.
And then one of these days they're going to take a dirt nap, as I just heard in a movie over the
A
weekend.
dirt nap. I like that.
Yeah, it came from the movie The Bronze that I just saw. The little girl never saying, but she has real sarcastic answers. My coach died. She's taking a dirt nap.
A dirt nap. Love it.
That's kind of funny.
I don't want to take a dirt
No,
nap.
no,
just
no.
Yet. I would like to be like Jack LaLanne.
Exactly.
Go down at 96.
Exactly. You know, I look around though, and there's guys older than me in the gym. There's one guy there in his 90s, and he's moving kind of slow, but he's moving.
Yes, and that's the point.
You know, you're going to age regardless of what you do, but you can certainly slow it down a little bit. I said to somebody just recently that the years are going by faster as you get older, and I've calculated the years that I have in front of me, and every year that I have now is only 6 months long.
Wow.
Because it goes so quick.
It does, though, really.
It does go quick. After the 6 months, I'm starting a new year.
Every 6
And
months.
so don't tell me what we have to do next month and 2 months from now. I want to know what I'm doing today, because
Right
today
now.
you got to enjoy.
Exactly.
And you take each meal at a time and enjoy that meal. Make sure you're eating properly. Get some sort of exercise every day in the morning, preferably when you get up. But do something, because those who aren't, and you're going to see them at your class reunions like I did, it's sad.
It is sad. It's there's a lot of people my age, women and men, that I look at them and it's shocking, but they look about 20 years older than me.
And they resent.
And all I do different is I don't
They
drink
resent-
every night.
No, they resent the fact that you're in shape. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, why you and not me? Because you won't get off your chair.
Exactly, because I'm active. I move every day.
Yeah. You have to get off the chair and do something. Even if you start with walking, anything, just
Yes.
get out of the house.
You don't need a gym membership. If you can't afford it, that's not an excuse.
No.
Go for a walk. That's all
It's
you
not
need
an
to
excuse,
do.
but a gym membership, going to a gym is the camaraderie of people around you at your age range, and maybe even younger. Even younger is better to hang with because they think younger. It makes you think younger.
Yes.
And you come out of that gym feeling alive because you interact with people. I know people that get up and when they stay in the house all day, never meet anybody, so their life just goes shh. They have no interaction with
Yep, I agree. And that helps stimulate your
people. Absolutely.
brain when you talk to other people.
Talk to other people. I don't care who they are. Talk
Yeah.
to strangers. Talk to homeless.
Yes.
I had a homeless guy come up to me yesterday, by the way. I went to the Ralph's, and he comes up. He says, excuse me, but could you give me $1? I said, no. He says, why? I said, because I've learned over the years, when you give money to friends, you lose your friendship and you lose your money.
Oh.
And he looked at me blank, and he says, that makes sense, but I'm not your friend. I said, that's right, so why would I loan you money?
Right? You got him twice.
I got him twice. Anyway, that's aside. He needs to get to the gym.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about vitamins and B complex you have written down here.
Yes.
Why?
It helps with stress levels. And it helps with my energy levels. It
Yeah.
helps me feel good.
There's no question about it.
Absolutely.
You know, as you get older, you're supposed to take vitamin D and folic acid too.
Okay. I think I do have, I take usually a multivitamin
has
vitamin
that-
for women,
it has
which
that
has
in there.
D and iron
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that has it in there.
Yeah.
Vitamins are important. I mean, if you look at my counter, I probably got 60 bottles of stuff up there,
Yeah.
and I don't take all of it. I take what I feel I need at the time. But I don't know how you feel if you don't take it. But
Not good.
I don't really know how I feel when I do take it, because I feel the same regardless.
Yeah.
But I know that you got to have something. And vitamin C is important, calcium is important, magnesium. And I also read that if you eat one banana a day, you're doing yourself a lot of justice too.
I do a banana every day in my smoothie. My husband makes me a smoothie every day.
Yeah, they're great.
Smoothie.
It gives you energy.
Yes.
And you get that potassium that you need from that. What about greens?
I add a product called Cryo Greens. It's a green, literally a green powder. It's got young barley and young wheat and some other things, but
is that in place of vegetables?
Not in place of, but in addition. I don't eat as many vegetables as I should.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I add that. People are like, oh, you don't need supplements, you should get that in your food. But no, I don't get that in my food.
I know people that can sit down and enjoy a plate of vegetables, and I just don't enjoy it.
No, me neither. I mean, I've been trying to do like a cold spinach salad, but I have to put like bacon bits and cheese on there in order to enjoy it.
Exactly.
So I add that every morning into my smoothie that my husband makes me. So.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah. I love it.
I do too. I started taking glutamine recently because I found the bottle I had. And 3 days on the glutamine, I started to feel like a little bit different. It felt pretty good, actually. I guess it's doing something.
That's good. It's all, how
it's making
you
my
feel.
glutes bigger. Is what
Okay,
it is.
Is that what you want?
No, I don't know. That's where it's ending up.
Right? Does it make my butt look big?
Did my butt look big in these jeans?
Yes, it does. I'm just kidding.
What's OxyLift?
OxyLift is a new product that I discovered. Actually, one of my friends from 6th grade turned me on to this. It's an oxygen supplement that you add to your water. Well, I get plenty of breathing. Actually, I have very good breathing techniques. However, oxygen is healing, and the more oxygen that you have into your system, the more you're able to fight off disease and cancer.
Totally.
And I don't want to get a disease, and I don't want to get cancer, so I'm going to do what I can to fight that. And although I do get a lot of oxygen when I do my fitness, there's nothing wrong with too much oxygen.
Oh, absolutely. No. There's a company I have that a friend of mine that manufactures pills you put in your water in the morning for more oxygen.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer in that. I think it really does work. I'm also into I didn't go to the Kagan water thing where they want you to buy the water.
Yeah.
Because you need alkaline in your system because your body's full of acid.
Okay.
Now my girlfriend just had her whole house redone and the water system's all alkaline. Shower, bath, the water, everything. Her skin got different, everything got different because of less acid in the water. You don't even get the corrosion on the glass.
Is it like a water softener type thing?
It goes in it's a system that goes into the house and it comes through all of your water outlet and it's alkaline.
Oh my goodness.
Pure alkaline.
That must be just wonderful.
It is good. Now, there's a way around that without buying the water. I sat through a seminar one night because I gave a free meal. I was training this girl in the ring, and she said, "You gotta come to my water meetings. I'll take you to the dinner." I said, "Okay." So we go, and they're going to bring dinner up. But there was an hour lecture about how you should have the Kagan water, and the alkaline's good for you, and this and that. And finally, I got the meal. It wasn't even worth it. But the guy at the end says, "You can buy our unit for $5,000,
oh my goodness!
Or you can take lemon and squirt it in your water every day because lemon is an alkaline. It's not an acid."
Well, I think I'm going to go for the lemon.
So I took the lemon.
Well, yeah.
I saved $5,000.
Okay, that is kind of a trendy thing. I see people put lemon in their water and cucumber.
But it's fine. But it turns it into an alkaline, which neutralizes the acid in your body.
Okay.
Makes sense?
That's the reason for that. Yes, it does.
And if you want to take a little spoonful of baking soda and water every day and drink it down, it does the same thing. You know,
not as tasty.
Who cares? You know why I say that? Do you remember? You probably don't remember this, but your dad would remember. When your batteries in your car get dirty, full of acid and crap all over them, you got to clean those cables.
Yes.
You take water with baking soda and pour it on it. It fizzes and it just gets spots.
Yes, I've actually done that before.
So you know you know what it does to acid.
I do.
It gets rid of it.
Yes.
So if you drink it, if you have an acidic stomach and your stomach's upset, you drink a little baking soda and water. It's just as good as Pepto-Bismol.
Oh my gosh, that's interesting. I never would have thought about it that way.
Right.
That makes
you
perfect
brush your
sense.
teeth with baking soda, takes the acid out of your gums, the whole thing.
Baking soda is good for everything.
It really is. So you're training 3 times a week.
Yes.
And you go hike once a week?
Yes.
Hiking's good if you
I
need
love
some
hiking. It's wonderful. Yeah. There was a couple of weeks I had to take off because I hurt my knee, but I'm back at it. I just go a little slower. It's the way down that kind of gets me a little bit, but I'm just trying to be very delicate.
What I'm looking at on here is really intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Because I have a wrestling ring out there, and we teach wrestling twice a week, and it's got a little spring, but it's not a trampoline. There's so many kids write to me, say, "I got a trampoline in my backyard, I'm wrestling on it, I'm learning how to wrestle on a trampoline," which you don't want to do, because wrestling on a trampoline, you're going to get injured. When you're going up and down, the other kid's going up and down, and knees hit. But for exercise, trampoline amazing. You can't beat.
No, it's amazing. It's fun.
It's fun. It's one of the best things for the calves and the quads and the butt and everything else. It works everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
What a great way to train.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
Key point. That's why a lot of people stop working out because
Yeah.
they get bored. But there's no boredom on the trampoline. It's like being a kid again.
Exactly.
And you don't even really need to know a certain routine. As soon as you step on there, you just start.
You'll figure it out.
You just start playing around.
Yeah,
exactly.
you'll figure it
Put
out.
on some music and just start bouncing, and it's a good time.
So now you're training people out in Simi?
Yes.
You have classes?
Yes, I've been teaching out in Simi and Ventura County area and a little bit of LA County area now for 20 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Long time.
Well, you look what you do. I mean, this is what you do.
I
People
do.
see you and say, how can I be like you? And this is how you get people.
Work out every day.
Yeah. But it's more than that
Not
because
every day.
because it's more than that because you have a great deal of knowledge of it.
Yes.
You put a lot of time in. You got a lot of research. You come over with notes of things that are exactly in line with what way I think as well. And this is important because you have to have it. You know what you're doing. I see people in my gym training people, and they're leading them. Two guys, for example, they lead them around. The guy's got his gloves on. He's doing what he says. Well, he wouldn't know how to work out on his own if he had to.
No, I know, and that's the same with younger teachers. I see that in the gyms a lot
Yeah.
too, and it's frightening because they don't know how to give options and they don't understand that people over 40 actually require something different. You need to give them options. We
Right.
all aren't the same. We can't work out like a 20-year-old.
Exactly.
Don't expect us to. But it's frustrating, right? You're like, oh my Lord, what's going on, right? And that's why people get hurt in the gyms because they're being trained by somebody who doesn't really know
Exactly.
what they're doing.
You got to know. I mean, I have men write to me all the time in their 50s and 60s. How can I get in shape like you? What do I do? They've been training before, but they took 20 years off.
Yeah.
They want to come back. So you got to come in light. You got to start a little bit,
Yes.
in a little bit of time, basic movements.
Wean.
You know, some free weights, some machines. The machines nowadays are just as good as the free weights.
I agree.
They make good stuff out there that
Yeah.
works, and you won't have to risk of dropping a weight or hurting yourself.
Yes, and the point is, though, it's never too late, right?
Never too late.
Never too late.
No.
Even if you've never started,
Yeah.
it's never too late. And it is simple as just starting with a walk. But you'll definitely want to wean so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. I mean, just exercising the muscle, making it firm, getting the circulation going. All of a sudden, you start to feel better. You start to think better. Cleaning up your diet, getting
Yes.
some vitamins in there. And you know, the gym to me has been my lifestyle forever. That not only helps my body, but it clears my mind.
Yes.
Getting up in the morning, that's my office, and then I work from there and come do my stuff here.
Yes.
My interaction, to talk to people, get guests on the show, come up with ideas, give other things, and then all of a sudden I'm fired up, ready to go.
Right? And it's your therapy.
It is therapy, definitely.
And it's a way of life. And it has to be a way of life. And that's the point with us. It's our way of life. It's been our way of life for a very long time.
Yeah.
And again, you can pick up wherever you've left off or start whenever you want, but it has to become a way of life. You have to make it a way of your life. It has to be, you have to work it in consistently.
Yeah, you can't
Not every
hate
6 months or every 3 months just to get your bikini body and then you stop.
it. Exactly. In closing, I want to say a couple of things.
Okay.
It does become a way of life, and here's the thing. I've been training since I was 16 years old. I've been going to the gym for 50 years or whatever, but it is. I never get bored. I never get up in the morning and say, I don't want to go to the gym. I want to go. I got something new I want to try. I want to see how this works, and I walk away and I think, I'm always enthused.
Yes.
I just never drag in and say, oh, I just don't want to be here. Even when I'm sick, I go and I feel better.
It's always, I tell my students that I teach at
Yeah.
California University, and I also tell them that just come. I swear to you, the hour that you're here, you're going to forget about your problems. And you're going to not have any regrets that you came. There's usually no regrets when you get your butt there.
No, how can you regret going to the gym?
Exactly.
Doing something good for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, people want to find you. They can find you more on Facebook.
Yes, I'm on Facebook. I have a group page as well called Be Fit with Tanya, and I'm on Facebook as Tania Hoyt Jensen.
Okay.
Absolutely, you can follow me. I also have a YouTube channel with a couple of free videos on there right now. If you want to do, there's a trampoline, there's a tap fitness, there's a ballet fitness, and there's a couple of Pilates videos for now.
Oh, you got it in there.
Oh, I got it.
I would suggest you're also writing a book.
Yes.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
Tell me.
I'm writing a book. I am writing a book. I'm writing a book based on my dad and my mother's story throughout their life. I think it's a very interesting story. I was always fascinated by my dad's story growing up. And my dad wrote a lot. And so I feel like, sometimes you just feel like you get a sign. I just feel like that my dad is encouraging me to follow in his footsteps and tell his story. It's an amazing story about life and choices. And I hope that you will enjoy it.
I'm sure they will. I knew her dad very well, and amazing man, which kind of reminds me of a movie that I saw just the other day that I'd seen 100 times called Big Fish.
Oh, yeah?
Did you ever see it?
No.
It was the guy that played Daddy Warbucks in Little Annie.
Okay.
It's a story about a man who goes through life and he has all these friends and all these little experiences in life, and the circus and a giant and this and that and twins and Siamese twins are joined at the hip. And he would tell his son these stories through life of all these people, and his son never believed him. He said, he quit telling those stories. They're nothing but a bunch of lies. And on his deathbed, he said, he tells his son, tell me what you're going to say about me when I die. This is cool. The son says, you're at your funeral and all your friends show up. He says, and they're all there, the people you told me about. He says, I carry you out to the lake and I let you go, and you go into the water and you become this big fish.
Oh.
Well, he died, and his son came to the funeral, and everybody's there. All of a sudden, these cars are pulling up, and people are getting out. The giant, the twins, the people from the circus, the midget. All these. It was a true story.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
these. I love true stories.
Yeah,
I really do.
Just an amazing movie. It really touched me when I saw it, because this man was not lying about his life. He had experienced these things. And I know your dad. I know that he experienced a lot of things. I learned when I talked to him, and I know that our lives were kind of parallel in things that we did together.
They were very similar.
Very similar.
Dad,
and
yes.
so this would be a very interesting book, and I'll put my 2 cents in for
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I have a quarter.
Okay. I'll take a quarter.
Okay. But also, in closing,
yes.
and everybody knows that I drew the Gold's Gym logo.
Yes.
And I have to tell you this because it was... I wanted to offer this. People want to buy the logo, want me to draw the logo off the shirt, hang it in their wall like a piece of history, which it is. It's a piece of history from Gold's Gym from 1965, and I'll autograph it to you and sign it. And if you order it on my website, rickgrayson.com, I will send it to you. You take a picture, send it back to me, and I'll post it on my show and on my Facebook as well.
Very
so
cool.
There you go. With that being said, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
This was fun.
It was fun.
I think we accomplished a lot.
Yes.
You're going to have to come back and we'll go deeper into the theory of fitness.
Sounds good. We got a lot of other subjects we can
Oh yeah, we can talk. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
It's rickdrayson.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.